Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier, and this guitar lesson is going to be on True Faith, but the Ashley Johnson version, Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2. I've had lots of requests for this, so if you've got any requests, put them in the comment section. I'll try and do a video for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, really does help me out. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print these tabs off, I'll put them on my Patreon account. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. I've already done the other version of True Faith that was from the game, but this is the Ashley Johnson version. It's slightly different. It's quite a nice little arrangement to play on the guitar. Guitar's in standard tuning, but we've got a capo on fret number 3. Okay, so the intro sounds like this. It's a slight variation from what it was before. So we've got A2 with your second finger, and then D2 with your third finger. So you've got and another D2, and then take your finger off and play the open D. So the first bar goes, and then place your third finger on A3, and play that, and then play the open G string. Then another G string, and then D2. So bar 2. So bars 1 and 2 together. And then in bar 3, put your first finger on A2, third finger on D4, then another D4, then use your little finger on fret 5 on the A string. So you got. If you struggle to do that, you could just take your third finger off and play the open D string. So you could play it like playing the open D, but I'm going to play it as a 5. So you got. And then the next bar is exactly the same as that. So let's try the whole line. So that line repeats, and then we get to the verse. Now the verse sounds like this. So for that, the first chord that we've got is an E minor chord. Even though we're not playing it, it's good to put your fingers in the right places. So put your second finger on A2 and third finger on D2. And with my fingers, I'm using my thumb to play the E string, index for the D, next one for G, and then B. So we've got E, D, G, and B strings at the same time. So we play that, and then play the open B string on its own, then open G. So you've got. And then it's a C chord, which is your first finger on B1, second finger on D2, third finger on A3. You can play the middle 4 strings at the same time, then the B string, and then the G string. The next bar, part of a B minor chord, all you need to do is put your first finger on A2 and second finger on G2, and you're going to play the A and D strings at the same time, and then play the G. And in the next bar you play the A and D strings, then play fret 4 on the D string in that last bar, bar 8. So bars 7 and 8 go. So the whole of the verse goes. And that repeats. And then we get the bridge, which sounds like this. So for that, we've got E minor, which is, we've done it already, second finger on A2, third finger on D2. You play in the middle. So actually the first bar is the same as the first bar in the verse. So we've got. Then when it goes to a C chord, we're going to play it as an arpeggio. So play the A string on its own, then D, then G, and then B. And then it goes back to the G string. So bar 10 goes. And then we go to this B minor or B5 chord. We just play A2 and D4 at the same time, then play the D4, then back to the A2. So you got, Then in bar 12, we need to have part of a D chord. First finger on G2, third finger on B3, and play D, G, B strings, and then back to the G. So let's just play the first 4 bars of that line, so 9, 10, 11 and 12. Then it goes to the C chord, play A, D and G strings, then the B string, back to the G string. So you got. Then in bar 14, take your first finger off and play A3, open G and open B strings at the same time. So you got then then G, and then you put your first finger back on B1 and then play the G string. So bar 14 you got. And then bar 15 and 16 are just a B5 chord. Should be pretty straightforward. Okay, let's try the whole of the bridge. Here we go. Which takes us to the chorus, which sounds like this. So for that, we just need to hold down D2, and we're going to play the open E, D2 and G strings at the same time. And then we're going to play another D2, open G, G2, open G, back to D2. So you got. Then you're going to play A3 and fret 4 on the D string at the same time. And then play the D4 twice, so bar 18. And then switch your fingers around, so your first finger's on D4, second finger on A5, play them at the same time. Then play A5, D4, D5, D4, and then A5, so bar 19. Move down 2 frets to fret 3 and 2, play them at the same time, and then D2, D2, and then that repeats round. So that chorus part repeats round, and that's the chorus. I think it does it around 4 times, and then you can see in the next bar it just does like that. Bar 20, like bar 21 is the same as bar 20. It's just got an extra one of those. Let's just try playing the chorus. Just first 4 bars. Here it comes. That just repeats round. And then at the end of it, it just does that bit again. After you repeat, I think it's 4 or 8 times, I'm not quite sure. And then it goes back to the verse of the song, and then the bridge and the chorus, and that's the whole song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, giving me a like on the video, leaving me some comments in the comment section. Let me know what songs you want to learn. Let me know where in the world you're from. It's really interesting for me to hear you guys watching this around the world. It's bizarre. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put them on my Patreon account. It just helps support me, keeps me doing these videos, keeps me living. Thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.